Y'all, we made it to episode 9. Let's clap it up. I'm so proud of us. We're on episode 9, guys. And I don't know about y'all, but I am like super duper excited. Only because, let me tell y'all, I'm just happy because I'm almost to my first milestone, which is episode 10. I have officially been a podcaster for 9 whole weeks. That's a little over 2 months. I've been putting out an episode a week. No excuses. No nothing. And I am just super duper happy about that, y'all. I hope y'all are too. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody who listened. Thank y'all for coming back each and every week. It means the world to me. Y'all just don't understand. Like, it really, 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 really means the world to me. Like, I'm just so happy, so honored, so I don't know. We just gonna go ahead and get into this episode. So episode 9 today, we are going to talk about letting go of who they told you to be and becoming the real you. Oh my God, y'all. I might ruffle a few feathers today. I don't know. I might ruffle some feathers. Because, baby, this conversation going to be long. No, it's not really going to be long. Let me not say that. I don't think it's going to be long. But I know it may get a little uncomfortable for some, because you're going to have a realization. When you had that realization, baby, you be like, oh my God, I didn't really realize that. I didn't know that. I didn't. Yeah, so we about to get into it. So the theme of today's episode: so many of us are living as a version of ourselves shaped by family expectations, trauma, relationships, and survival, not the truth. This episode explores how to unlearn those false identities and reconnect with you that existed before the world told you who you had to be. Oh my God, I'm not going to promise that I'm not going to cry this episode, but this episode may get a little emotional. And this episode is very important to me because this is something that I'm actively working on. Like, I am working on breaking those generational curses, not being, who I was told to be by the world or who the world expected me to be. Being Mya, being who I want to be. Well, being Myasia, because that's my actual name, but Mya is my content name, which is cool, which is great. But I don't know. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Okay. So welcome back to Beyond Nrml with Mya Lamis. This podcast is for those of you who knew that being normal was never enough, and who actually know and had sense to realize that the sky is not the limit. Everybody always say the sky is the limit. How? When there's space. Being normal was never enough. This is for everybody who is unapologetically them. Authentically you. You don't let nobody... And this because of the topic, some people's eyes are going to open that we really haven't been authentically us. For the most part. But we're going to get into it, okay? Okay, last episode, we talked about softness and choosing truth. This is a deeper continuation of that, okay? I'm telling y'all, it's going to get a little deep. It's going to get a little deep, so I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all have y'all seatbelts on, because we going on an emotional ride today. So the question I want to have before we dig in, right? Who would you be if you weren't trying to be what they expected of you? Relationships. Relationships also can shape your identity. And that's not boyfriend, girlfriend, not those type of relationships, but like mother-daughter, father-daughter, sibling relationships, your different friendships that you have. That can shape you as well. Gender roles and race. Listen, gender roles and what you were taught gender roles were supposed to be, that shape a lot of what women do as well. And especially race, because I brought up race earlier. If you're black, we always have to be the best. We always have to be the overachiever. We always have to be great, because even when we're doing our best is not good enough. So I want to go ahead and give y'all a quote, right? Before you heal, you'll mistake who you had to be for who you really are. Oh my God. Now, before I went to therapy, I was a wife, a mom, which I still am, but I just want to go back. Because before I went to therapy, if anybody would ask me like who I am, I would be like, oh, hi, my name is Myasia. I'm a wife, I'm a mom. And then like every day, you know, I work here. It was never my own identity. I always identified as a wife and a mom. That always came first. That consumed who I was. Everything I eat revolved around my husband and my kids. Everything I wanted to do, like vacation wise, or even just go out and go bowling. Anything that I wanted to do, it was always, how can I say this? It was always, I guess, revolved around them. Like, I really didn't have my own identity. And then before my husband, I don't really remember who I was. Not saying I don't remember because it wasn't that long ago, but like I wasn't who I am now after going to therapy. So therapy helped me a lot because I was so wrapped up in being a wife and a mom, I didn't know who Mya was, what Mya liked to do, what Mya liked to eat, what Mya liked to drink, what are Mya's hobbies. It was always about, I gotta get right because I gotta do this for the kids. I gotta get right because I gotta do this for him. I gotta get right because I gotta make sure my family, okay, it's always about them, and it was never about me and what I liked and what I wanted. And that's kind of where I am in life right now. It's about me. I'm choosing me. I'm choosing me. I'm redefining who I am. I'm figuring out what I like. I'm figuring out what I want to do. Well, I figured out what I want to do. Content, podcasting. Hey, this is my happy place. But it took me a while to get here because I was so caught up in being someone's wife, someone's mom, someone's daughter, someone's sister, that I never really took the time to figure out who I was. So yeah, listen. I don't know. If anybody can relate, put it down in the chat. Put it down in the chat. Signs you're not living in your truth. Do you feel drained even when you're doing everything right? I know that was a sign for me. Because everything would be good and I would just I'm always tired. And always being tired sometimes is you could be tired, but it's also sometimes a sign of depression. Because when I tell y'all, I was always so tired. Like, I want to go to bed. Like, I get off work, take a nap, get up, cook, clean, get the kids together, go to bed, wake up, still tired, take a nap on my lunch break. Like, I was just always drained. Like, it was ridiculous how drained I was, to the point where I started to become like a very boring person because I was always so drained. Like, I didn't want to do anything. I was too tired to do anything. I didn't feel like doing anything. You people please out of fear of rejection. Oh, that is something I used to do big time. I didn't realize I was a people pleaser until literally a few weeks ago. I did not know that I was people pleasing. I just thought I was being a nice person, just, you know, doing right by others. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. So always being nice to people, even if they're not nice to me. Like, just always being overly like, you're okay, overly caring, overly, you know, oh, maybe I shouldn't wear this because I might make somebody feel uncomfortable if a little cleavage show. Or maybe I shouldn't, you know, say that. Like, overthinking and second guessing myself, all because I did not want to offend anybody. I don't give a flying fuck now. I promise y'all I don't. I do not care now. If I offend you, I'm learning that a lot of times when people get offended by stuff, it's because they are internally going through things that they don't know how to deal with. So they're offended by you I'm not going to say triggering them, but because a lot of times you trigger people and you don't even know that you're triggering them because you don't know what their triggers are. They're dealing with an issue and they take their issue out on you. I had to learn that in therapy. I had to learn in therapy that people don't care about me as much as I think they care about me. Because I used to always, like, the way I overthink and don't want to offend anybody, I used to always think that people were singling me out to offend me. And I had to learn, like, why do I think I'm on their mind like that? Because I'm most likely not. They have their own issues going on. They're not worried about me. They're not even thinking about me. I'm thinking about me. Your confidence depends on external validation. That is a lot of what goes on right now in the world. A lot of people myself included, because you would think that people tell me all the time, like, Mya, you're living the American dream, like you have a great life, like you have the house with the land and the husband and the kids, y'all got a vehicle, you got a job, your content is going, and then it's like I still want more. And it's, I want to say, I don't know if I want more out of seeing other people with more. Like on social media, I see everybody taking these lavish trips, and y'all, I don't take vacations like that. I take a vacation once a year, and most of the time we got to take our kids with us. Like I've never been off the East Coast, but I also haven't visited everywhere else on the East Coast. So seeing everybody travel and be in these big blue and green oceans, and like, just, I don't know if that's what's making me want more or what. And I also care too much about what other people think. Oh, you think I'm doing a good job? Oh, you happy about my content? Oh, you like, or like when I say I used to sleep in them comments, like, oh my God, they said this about me. Oh my God, they think this about me. Oh my goodness. This is like, you cannot seek validation or care too much about what other people think, because I talked to y'all about this maybe like 2 or 3 episodes ago. A lot of people will say negative things to you just for you to be, let me see, knocked off your teeth, knocked off your game, because they're too scared to live their life and follow their dreams. They'll try to deter you from following yours. So you can't seek validation from everybody else. Everybody not gonna like what you're doing. If you into fashion, everybody not gonna get your style. If you do music, everybody's not gonna like your music. If you do content, everybody's not gonna like your content. It is up to you and only you. Listen to me, hear me. That's what Pastor Mike say, hear me. It's up to you to love and believe in yourself. You cannot depend on outsiders to do it. This is why it's so important to build your own relationship with God, because the love of God and the love you have for yourself is going to take you much further than what anybody else can take you. I'm just saying. Let's see. You say yes when your body is screaming no. That be me. That's why I had to literally, as of January of 2025, I stopped doing hair. Because even though my body was saying no, don't do nobody hair, I would say yes. I would say yes because I like to help people, and I like the way people feel after I'm done doing their hair. But I can be drained. I'm talking about, I would get off work, go do somebody's hair, get home after midnight, go to bed for a couple hours, get up, go to work, do it all over again, be super duper tired, barely seeing my kids, barely seeing my husband. And why was I doing this? I was doing this because society told me I needed to have money in order to pay my bills, because if I don't pay my bills, I'm going to be out on these streets. Saying yes when my body should have been saying, like, my body saying no, but I'm saying yes. When I should really be putting myself first and getting rest, I'm saying yes because, number one, I need money. Number two is I like to help people. But it's not benefiting me, because when I'm sick, they're going to find somebody else to do their hair. When I don't feel good and I say no, they're going to find somebody else to do it. So why am I sitting here beating myself up, getting myself sick and overwhelmed, and no, put yourself first. Get you some rest, okay? You cannot live authentically and still be who they need you to be. Ooh, that's a good one, because you can't. It's not possible. It's not. You cannot be authentically you if you're trying to confine to what other people want you to be. It's not a thing. It's not. You can't. How is it that you can be what other people want you to be, even if you don't want to be that, but you still authentically you? You can't do both. Now, unless what other people want you to do is who you are, then yeah, in that case, you can do both. But in a lot of cases, that's not the case. In a lot of situations, that is not the case. A lot of people want you to be who they want you to be, not giving a care in the world about your interest and what you want to do. You have to figure that out for yourself. You got to figure it out. So we're going to go over a few things. Becoming who you really are. How to start reconnecting with your authentic self. Question your default responses. If something happened, your first response, a lot of people say go with your first response, because your first response is normally you. But your second response is normally like, oh no, what would people think if I did this? What would people think if I said that? What would people think if I, like, for example, I made a video, which is the video that actually got me monetized on YouTube. I made a video about what I was going through with my husband, what I'm currently going through with my husband and what he did. And I made the video, and I've made videos before about my personal life, and I would delete them out of fear of what other people was thinking, right? Or what other people would say, or, you know, oh, if I'm not ready to leave them, then why would I even open my mouth? People just gonna clown me, just caring too much about what other people think, right? And had I not put that video out, I would not be monetized on YouTube, because that is the video that got me monetized. That video of me simply expressing myself, and that's also the video that helped me connect with a lot of people who are currently going through the same thing or have been through the same thing. And I'm actually building a community of strong women, and I feel like that's an amazing thing. But had I let my second thought be the first thought, it would have never happened. I would have deleted the video and never put it out. I said that to say, question your first thought, but also make sure that first thought is you. That first thought is you, because the second thought is always going to be what you were taught, and caring about what other people think. You can't do that. Listen to your inner child's needs. Now, this is not something that I was supposed to do, but I do have a book. Where is it at? Oh my God. Is this it? Is this it? The Shadow Work Journal. Oh my goodness, y'all. This journal helped me. This journal and therapy help. And I think hopefully I'm able to link it. I'm gonna link it in the description. But this journal, and I finished the journal, y'all. I finished the entire journal. This journal helped me so much because it helps you dig into the inner you, the inner child, and figure out like what the root cause of things is. Like when you're triggered, okay, you know this triggered you, but why does it trigger you? Is it your inner child? Is it like, what is it? So this book is very helpful. And they also have these cards that you can use as writing prompts, or you can, I don't know, talk, if you got a spouse, talk it over with your spouse. Zenful Notes is definitely amazing. These cards, like this one is part 1, identifying. You go through all the cards. Anxiety, how do you cope with anxiety? Like you identify your triggers and things like that. That way you can work through it. And then part 2 of it is integrating. What are 5 ways you have changed in the past 10 years? Are these mainly positive or negative? I might need to start using these. I might need to start using these when I come up with the podcast stuff, because yeah, these are really, this is really good. I love this book and I love these cards. I use them all the time. Okay. Listen, I said, listen to your inner child's needs. Try new things without fear of judgment. That's something that I got to work on, because I don't like to go anywhere by myself. That's something that I'm actively working on. For my birthday, I just took myself on a date. We didn't have a babysitter, so the only option was for us to either go on a date with the kids or for me to just go by myself. And I went by myself, and surprisingly, I had a good time. I really did. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It wasn't as scary as I thought it was. So that was one new thing that I tried. I actually want to start trying new foods, new restaurants. I just want to start trying things in general, because how else am I going to really get to know who this new me is if I don't try new things? So those are things that I'm actively working on. Redefine success for yourself. Oh, that is very important, because you may be okay where you are. If I'm being honest, you know, success to you may be as long as your bills paid, you happy and you good. Success for me may be something completely different, and that's okay. But you have to define it for yourself. Figure out what you want, not what somebody else told you to be. Your family, everybody in your family a doctor, so you felt like you had to be a doctor, but you miserable as a doctor. Figure out what you want to do for you and go for it full-fledged. Because even if you have a fear of disappointing your family, number one, if your family truly loves you, if they see you happy, they won't care about that disappointment. And then also, if what you really want to do brings your own personal success, What they gonna say about you being successful? Absolutely nothing. Because when I first started content, everybody like, oh, you need to get a real job. You need to stop worrying about content. You're too old to be doing content. That's stuff for the kids. And I'm just like, y'all don't see these babies becoming millionaires? Like, I first thought about doing content when I had my daughter in 2017, and she started watching Ryan's World, and that little boy was a millionaire by the age of 8. And I was like, why am I not making videos? But then I was still too scared. I was going to everybody, you think I should start making videos? You think I should start doing this? Everybody like, no, you need to just get a better job, or you might need to go to school to get more education so that way you can get a better paying job. And I'm like, y'all keep pushing me to do so. I keep telling y'all I'm not happy at a job, so why keep pushing me to be happy at a job when I'm not? And it literally took me years to really stop conforming. It took me years to stop conforming. Layla Delia said she remembered who she was and the game changed. That's what's going on with me right now. I'm remembering who I am, and I'm finding my purpose by building my relationship with God and actually realizing what I'm supposed to do, which is help people. Even as a kid, I dreamed of being a teacher. And I didn't want to actually be a teacher because teachers don't make no money. Sorry if you're a teacher, I apologize, but it's the truth. Y'all don't make no money. That's not something I want to do. Whatever I wanted to do, I wanted to make sure I live a plentiful life. I don't have to be the richest person in the world. I just don't want to have to live paycheck to paycheck. And I don't know. It was just, now that I'm finding myself and redefining me, the game is really changing because nothing can stop me. Once you redefine who you are and what you want, nothing or nobody can stop you, no matter what. You just gonna keep on chugging, and there's nothing wrong with that. You gonna have people tell you, oh, you selfish, you don't care about nobody else but yourself. No, I've cared about people my entire life. Now it's time for me to care about me. Just that simple. I've always cared about what other people wanted. I don't even eat what I want to eat because I'm too worried about what other people want to eat. No. It's time for me to worry about me and figure out what I like for me. And that's where I'm at. And I hope that's where you at. Embrace your real voice, style, boundaries, and desires. I know for me, I changed the way I dress because once I became a mom, and I never like was a revealing dresser, but like my husband and my sister-in-law used to make fun of me like, girl, why you putting that on? That look crazy. Even my mom be like, you want to buy that? But then when she see me put it together, she be like, oh, you did that. I had my own little style, and then I lost my style because I became too engulfed in being a wife and a mom. So now I'm trying to find that style again. So y'all gonna get some fashion hauls from me. I may do a segment in the future where I have a little clip or something up showing my full outfit and where it came from. I don't know, but I'm gonna get back into what I like, not dressing how I feel like a mom should dress or dressing how I feel like a wife should dress. No, because before I was a mom and a wife, I was me. And even after I'm a mom and a wife, when them kids get grown, and then whether or not me and this man get a divorce or we stay together till we old and gray, I'm still me. So I have to figure out who me is and what she likes, and that's where I'm at with it. Learning that your identity is fluid. You can evolve and change your mind. You can. And I'll be the first to tell you, I am a person who I love doing things with my hand. I love being crafty. Okay, so I started off making t-shirts, and I did really good making t-shirts, but then somehow I lost my feeling to making t-shirts. And people like, oh, you so inconsistent, you quit everything. No, it's okay for me to change my mind. I still like to make t-shirts, but I don't want to be the one physically making them because it take up too much time. Or I wanted to try to make the little trays and stuff like that. I bought all the stuff to do it, but then I changed my mind. I never even did it. I still got the stuff, so if I ever change my mind back, I can still try it. But it's okay to change your mind. When you are figuring out who you are and what you like, you're going to change your mind several times because you have to figure it out. You have to try some things and be like, okay, I like this. Or you might try something and like it today, and then you try it again next week and you don't like it no more. It's okay. Don't let anybody try to judge you or stop you from doing what you're doing because they haven't done it. That's the reason they would try to stop you, because they have not done it themselves. They're still conforming to what the world want them to be. So they like, no, you better not figure out who you are. They not going, no, baby, I'm going to figure out me and you do you. If you want to stay the way you are and you want to stay stagnant in life and you don't want to grow, that's on you. Just don't do that around me. Don't brush your negative energy off over here. Sometimes you have to separate yourself from people, and I'm learning that. And it's not like, it don't have to be no beef, it don't have to be no hatred. It's just, I'm going in a different direction as you, and maybe in the future we'll come back together, but right now we're not compatible. Like, and I'm learning that about people. I am learning that, and it breaks my heart to have to really stop talking to people, because I'm that friend that want to text you and check on you, see how you doing, see how your family doing. But I'm learning now that I can't. I have to focus on me, and I have to put me first. And with that being said, we're gonna talk about letting go with grace, not guilt. Ooh, letting go with grace, not guilt. Need you to hear me on that. Okay, so grieving the version of you that survived. Grieving the version of you that survived. It's going to be little pieces of the old you that you're going to be like, okay, no. You're going to grieve the old you like, oh man, I miss doing this. Because I'm not going to lie, I miss crashing out. Oh, I miss crashing out. Because in my head, I be like, why people feel like they can just disrespect me? I truly miss crashing out just a little bit. Okay, I miss that old me. I miss the outspoken, the person who was just, like, I miss that version of me. But there are some versions that are still here, like, because I'm still outspoken, just not the way I used to. I think a little bit before I speak now. I make sure that I'm aware of how I would feel if I said it this way, or I'm very aware, and I hold myself accountable for a lot of things. So grieving the version of you that survived, releasing the guilt that comes with breaking family and friends and cultural expectations. I just talked about this. If your family and friends love you, they will understand. If they don't, they were never meant to be around you in the first place. That's all I'm gonna say. Because you're gonna have some people like, oh, you're not doing this no more, you're changing. I'm supposed to stay the same. Am I supposed to stay the same for the rest of my life? No, I'm not. I'm not at all supposed to stay the same. So why would you expect me to stay the same? Are you the same person that you were 10 years ago? If the answer is yes, then you're the problem, not me. You're supposed to elevate. That is what life is all about. When you grow up, you're supposed to grow in every aspect of your life, financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You are supposed to grow. So don't let anybody try to make you feel bad for growing. No, you grow with grace. And if they don't understand, toodaloo, okay. Next, I'm not about to stop my growth for nobody. I'm just not. And I had a situation like this where I felt like somebody wanted me to stop my growth, and I was just like, yep, well, can't talk to you no more. You're not going to get me. I'm not going to stop my growth, because I wouldn't do that to you. And I would expect that you would feel a way if I did do that to you. So, no, not happening. So I have an affirmation for you, right? And I want you to write this down. And you can do this in your 369 journal, or you can say this daily, however you like it. I am not responsible for the version of me you created in your mind. Oh my God. That is very important, because in a lot of people's mind, you can be the villain. And that can be a whole story that they created in their head. Let them. You hear me? Let them. It's okay. It's okay. It is perfectly fine. You will live to see another day. They will live to see another day. If you made me the villain, or you created this narrative in your head, it's perfectly fine. I don't care. I just went through something like this recently where, you know, I don't know if any of y'all seen a video of me and my mom, and I was crying, and I had to realize afterwards, like, okay, she feel like I'm a liar. Whatever, I'm a liar. Why do you want to be around a liar? Why do you want to hang around a liar? My feelings aren't valid. Why do I want to be around somebody who my feelings aren't valid? It's just like, we have to just start letting people be them. If that's how they want to be, if that's how they want to act, if that's how they want to treat you, let them. Stop stressing. We not stressing no more. It's 2025. We're not. You created that version of me in your head. You have all these expectations. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm the perfect person, because I have expectations for other people in my head. I have expectations for my husband that I'm learning to not have. As a husband, I feel like the way I was taught, a husband is supposed to do certain things. And when you don't do these certain things, I be upset like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe you shouldn't be my husband. But my thing is, why am I conforming to what reality wants? Why am I creating, having these expectations? Shout out to this guy that I used to work with. I call him my brother, big bro, Fernando Bunch. Okay, he's a boxer in Augusta, Georgia, and we used to work together. And Fernando told me this years ago, y'all. I was like 18, 19. And Fernando told me, like, stop having expectations for people, places, and things. And I was like, why? He was like, because when you go in with no expectations, if they fail you, you won't be as disappointed. But if you go in with expectations on here and they show up here, then that caused you a world of devastation, distraught. Like you're all of these things that you didn't have to be if you didn't place these expectations on these people, places, or things. And it took me a long time to really cope with that, because I understood what he was saying, but I never applied it to my life. So it was like I just been living in disappointment, like, because I'm expecting these things and I'm not getting what I'm expecting, and now I'm sad. Now I'm looking at you some type of way, when in actuality I'm the one that's wrong, because who am I to expect anything from anybody else? The only person I should have expectations on is myself, because I am the only person that I can control. And the sooner the world realizes that we are the only people we can control, the world will be a lot better. Because people place these expectations, and having expectations is a form of control. I want you to do this. I want you to be like this. I want you to talk like that. I expect you to do these things. That's a form of control. And I'm just not with it no more. I'm not. Permission to be misunderstood while becoming your true self. Give yourself permission to be misunderstood. Hell, I don't care who understand me now. It's a lot of people that don't understand what I'm doing. And you won't understand what I'm doing because you're not me. You're not in my head. I know exactly what I'm doing. I might not all the time, but in my head, I know exactly what I'm doing. And you don't have to understand it, but it works for me. It works for me. You don't have to understand it. So give yourself permission to be understood, because a lot of times when people misunderstand us, we get frustrated. I'm one of those people. A lot of people be in my comments like, Mya, why you feel like you need to explain everything? Because I don't like being misunderstood. I like for people to know exactly how I feel, exactly what I'm thinking, exactly what I meant. So that way you don't ever have me fucked up. Like, that is why. But my thing is, now I have to learn how to be okay with being misunderstood. So that's something we can work on together, because I'm not. And also just know that you don't owe anybody the old you just because they're more comfortable with her. Ooh, or him, because I don't know who's watching. Okay? You do not owe anyone the old you just because they're more comfortable. Don't give in. If you are on a journey to elevation and you have people around you like, no, you need to go back to doing this, or oh, you changed, oh, you this, you that. Don't go back to being the old you to make them feel better, because in turn that's not going to do nothing but make you feel even worse, because you didn't like who you were when you were that person. So you made the wise decision to change. So why the hell would you ever possibly change back just to make somebody else feel better? It don't make sense, do it. Absolutely not. Don't do it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not doing it at all. I promise you we're not. I don't care. I don't care. Have me as that little chip on your shoulder when you start trying to go back and be like, what will Mya do? Not go the fuck back. We not. We're trying to grow. We're trying to elevate. We're trying to do more than just live life. We're trying to enjoy life. Two episodes ago, what was it? We've been in survival mode. We're not in survival mode. We're actually living. We're enjoying life. So we're not going back to the person that was in survival mode. We're not going back to the miserable person who was mad all the time. We're not going back to the person who stayed at the job because they had to, because they had bills to pay. We're not going back to that. We're not going back to living miserable lives just to make others feel better. We're not. Okay? I need you to know and understand that we're really not. I'm sorry I had to yell at y'all, but I really needed y'all to understand that. I really needed y'all to understand that. Told y'all this was a serious episode, and sometimes it's two different ends of the spectrum. Either I'm like really hard and stern, or I'm really giggly and bubbly. And I feel like if I was like giggly and bubbly, I'll probably cry, because that's my softer side. And I told y'all I wasn't gonna cry this episode. Now, soul work and real life practices. Okay, so we're going to talk about some journal prompts that we're all going to write. Again, you don't have to share, but if you want to share, remember to tag hashtag Beyond Normal Moments. Okay, so I have a few journal prompts. Who told me who I had to be? That's the first one. I want you to write down at some point this week, who told you who you had to be? Was it your parents? Was it your pastor? Who was the one told you that you had to do the things that you're doing right now? Who told you these things? Somebody told you. Who? I want you to figure out who that was. Write it out, as many pages as you need, because it could be a whole group of people. Because back in the day, if you're a 90s baby like me, we had a village. The village told me who I had to be. Not really, but they showed me who I should have been. And I didn't want that for myself. So I decided to be a little bit different and think outside the box. The next one is, who am I becoming now? Who am I becoming now? I want you to write about that. Who are you becoming now? Who do you want to be? Where do you see yourself by the end of 2025? By January 1st of 2026, who do you see yourself as? And what feels real to you? Let me know what feels real to you with the new person that you're becoming. So who are you becoming and what feels real about it? You got it? Okay. I want you to practice anchoring your truth. I can't even talk. Lord, mirror work. Lord, them words gonna get me. I don't even know why I put them two together. Mirror work, okay? Talk to the real you daily. Look yourself in the mirror. I promise y'all. Now, it's this song. I know everybody know it. It's a very popular old song. It's called, I don't know if it's called Lovely Day, but I think that's what it's called. And a lot of people feel like he might have been talking to a lady or whoever he was talking to. I like to sing that song in the mirror every day. When I look at you, ayy, and the world's all right with me. Yeah, just one look at you, ayy, and I know it's gonna be, what it's gonna be? A lovely day, lovely day. Lovely day. Look at yourself in the mirror and talk to yourself. I know a lot of people say you're crazy if you talk to yourself, but you're really not that crazy. You're not that crazy, okay? It's okay to talk to yourself. Talk to yourself daily. Figure out who the real you is. Like, especially in times where you feel like people trying you. What's happening in this situation? Even if you're in a place where you don't have a mirror, go in your car, go somewhere in the bathroom. Look at yourself. Pull up your phone. Put it in selfie mode. What just happened? Why am I frustrated? Why am I letting this person get to me? Why is this triggering me? What is the root cause of why this is triggering me? Figure it out. And only you can do it. Saying no without an apology. Don't say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do it. No. What they said, no is a complete sentence. No. Can't do it. No. I think it's no in every language. I think no is no in every language as well. I think no is universal. Is no universal? I don't know, but today it is. No. No apology. Ain't no I'm sorry for saying no. I'm sorry I can't do it. Or I'm sorry I can't make it. Or I'm sorry. No. The end. No. Just that simple. Changing your wardrobe, environment, habits to reflect who you are now. Changing your wardrobe. I told you I'm trying to go back to the old me. So I do have a few clothing collabs, and I'm so grateful for them because I get to pick out new things that I like. My sister-in-law said these new pants I got from Shein, they were giving goth, but to me they don't give goth. They give me like. So I don't know. I like them. I like them. And don't nobody tell you what you can and can't wear, because you can do whatever it is you want to do. Change your environment. If you don't like where you are, change it. You don't like that job, change it. You don't like the people you're around, change it. You don't like the music you listen to, change it. You don't like the stuff you see on your news feed, change it. Reset it. You can. It's possible. Okay? Your new life is going to cost you your old one. That is by Brianna Weiss. I think it's Weiss, W-I-E-S-T, Brianna Weiss. Your new life is going to cost you your old one. So it's okay. You might be sad for a little bit. You might find yourself crying sometimes because you're gonna have to grieve the old you. You're gonna have to. It's the only way to move forward. You're gonna have to grieve that old you. You might have to wear black for a couple of days and have a funeral for your old self. That's okay. It's completely normal. Your authenticity will set you free, but first it might shake everything you thought you needed to hold on to. Understand that. Your authenticity, Lord, that word be eating me up every time. But your authenticity will set you free, but it may shake up everything you thought you needed to hold on to. Like when I say everything around you might start feeling like it's falling apart. It may feel like you losing a bunch of people, but maybe those people were not meant to go with you where you're going. They're meant to be with you where you are right now. That's why they're there. But when you finally wake up and know that you want to elevate and you start moving towards that elevation, people are going to drop off. People you never thought would drop off, they're going to start dropping off. And you're going to feel some type of way. You're going to be hurt. I'm talking about it may be a spouse. It may be a sibling. It may be a mother. It may be your best friend. You're going to feel some type of way about it. But that's the cost of changing and elevating. Everybody can't go with you to your next level. The more you go up, the more people you will lose. But there will be some new people that you will gain. Me, hey. No, but for real, there will be some people that's on the same path as you or already where you're trying to be, and you will gain some new genuine people, but you have to be open to it. I remember hearing one time that God can't give you something new when you too busy holding on to something old. God cannot bless you with the new blessing that he got waiting for you if you too busy holding on to the old one. I'm just saying. Share your mask that you're shedding in the comments. What is your mask that you're shedding in the comments? My mask would be people pleasing and thinking too much about what other people think. Those are my masks that I'm shedding. What are some of the masks that you all are shedding today? If you can, if you will, I hope you will, I pray you will, share your episode, share this episode with somebody who's outgrowing old versions of themselves. Share this video to somebody you think may need to listen to this. Share this video for somebody who you think need it. Like you see them changing, or you see a future for them, but they are not ready. Send this to them. Maybe they need to hear some type of encouragement. Maybe they need to have this type of conversation with somebody or with themselves. Send this to somebody because it can help somebody. If it help you, it may help somebody else. So share this to a friend, cousin, mother, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, everybody. But y'all, this has been another great episode of Beyond Normal with Mya Lamis. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Thank y'all so much for coming back every week. Thank y'all so much for your comments, for your shares, for the thumbs up, for everything. I appreciate y'all. And it's only gonna keep getting better, baby, because we are healing. We are healing, and we're going to do better, and we're going to be better, okay? By this time next year, baby, all of us going to be somewhere doing better than what we're doing right now. Amen? Amen. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I will see y'all next week for episode 10. I'm so excited about episode 10. I don't even know what the topic is yet. I'm just excited that it's episode 10, and yeah. But okay, this was episode 9. We got to get through this first, okay? Thank y'all again for joining me. This is for the people who knew that being normal was never enough. Period.